Hello and welcome to the Brick Freaks. Today from a set from Mould King, or with a set from Mould King of their architecture series, the Colosseum of Rome, model number 22002, 6466 pieces. So we are 3000 pieces under the Lego version, but this here is much cheaper, so it's absolutely okay. And Mould King did finally, or they tried to finally to work more with the mockers. The last 2 years they stole a lot of mocks and they're criticized a lot of. From me, from other guys, and I'm a really big Mould King fan, and I criticized them a lot, often with the product manager, and so they decided to try to get the permission of the mocker, and here M. Gertsch in Germany, this must be a German name, is the mocker here, and he's officially, we have nothing from him inside, but he's the official mocker and he gets money for that. Okay, the set comes, and it's a big one with 432 by 32 base plates in dark bluish gray, 216 by 32 base plates, and 18 building steps lying here in front of me. So that's a huge set. Then there's one bag with only 2x4 tiles, I believe 300 or 400 of them, I don't know, and a big bag here only with tab pieces, and here the masonry bricks, the 1x4, and the plates here 1x4, and so on. Man, this set is already really heavy, or all the bags together are really heavy. So I'm looking forward. I hope this is not a cheap version of the Lego version. I hope this here is worth the money. Okay, let's start and let's have fun together. Building step 1 is done, and like I expected, the beginning of the set is not very entertaining, and my thumbs are hurting because you're laying tiles. Okay, we building a frame around our plates and connect them outside. There's one layer of dark or of black plates and then a layer of black tiles, and then we are going on to tile it. And yeah, nothing here to say. Here we have a lot of jumper plates and normal plates, and the rest you see is tiles. Tiles. Okay, quality wise, for you guys perhaps that are new, Mould King uses Go Bricks pieces. Go Bricks is the best manufacturer of bricks and pieces in China. So the clutch power is even or higher than Lego, especially in the plates. So you really need some force to bring this on. And what nice is with Go Bricks, you have 98% of all the pieces the same color. The gray is always the same gray, and so on. Only on 2%, and these 2% Go Bricks don't manufacture themselves. Then they don't have the molds, so they buy them, and then you have sometimes a different color. But when you have only Go Bricks pieces, you have always the same color. That's very nice and better than Lego. So the clutch power is higher or even to Lego. The color issues are less. Go Bricks is really good. So no problem to buy that. And the tiles, you see them, they are mostly glossy and have sometimes micro scratches. But man, this is a big set, and I will see how good this set is to transportate, or if I need something underneath. Big piece of wood. So, step 2, and more tiles. Wow! And the inner circle of the Colosseum. This is, do we see that? Okay, that must be this here. So we are, even here we are building walls, but it's the inner circle. Okay, so nothing to report. Blister on my thumbs. That's everything I have to report. So, building step 3 is done, and we have a little bit more of nothing. A little bit more of the inside of the Colosseum. That was really the actual arena with the gladiators, the beasts, and everything. With the games and bread for the people. Okay, so this is where perhaps a few thousand people died 1,000 years ago. Yes, okay. I already watched a little bit of the speed build of the Lego version, and I have to admit, surely the Lego version, the base plate here is much worthier, and it looks impressive. Absolutely astonishing. It's a great model for what Lego did. Absolutely. But the price, it's yes, a lot of parts, but a lot of small parts, so it weighs nearly nothing. And no, that's not real. But a lot of small parts, and it is a pain in the ass to build. I don't think this will be much better. So okay, I'm looking forward what's gonna happen to me in building step 4. 4 is done, and we laid the first ring of the Colosseum, the base, and we did a nice Colosseum sign. These are 6 times the same segment. Build it 6 times or 4 times, and yes, that's nice. The instruction says at the beginning you have to build it 4 times. I love that. I hate it when I build something and on the next page I see I had to build it 4, 12, 20 times. I hate that. Please, always in the beginning. Okay, that was a little bit of fun, for a little bit repetitive. And I believe the big repetitive part will be now. I'm a little bit scared. So building step 6, no, 5. Sorry, 5 is here laying on the board. And it brought us more blades on the first ring and a second ring. But you have to take care on the second ring, because the instructions are a little bit strange on that point. For me, perhaps I slept not enough for today, but I had some issues with the second ring. And you have to be careful on how you apply it to the parts that are fixed here, the 4 parts. Well, of course, sometimes there's a blade and sometimes there is no 1x1 blade, so take care. But nothing else interesting. So, the first part of building step 6 brings us the inner circle, the first pillars here around. 12 are the same, 4 are the same, the rest is different to give it a unique look. And some even are not built to the end, like the whole Colosseum now. Yes, we know how it looks after nearly 2,000 years. Extraordinary that it still stands. And the test of time proved. So, building step 6 is done. And yes, it's not so entertaining as expected. Oh no, it's not so entertaining like I expected this way, because I knew what's coming. Anyway, this is always 5, so most of what I did is putting 3 and 2 bricks stacked together and variated with blades so that not everything looks the same. And yes, exactly what I expected. Not so much fun. And yes, it's like the Taj Mahal and the Big Ben. A lot of repetition, but in the end, when you look at the set, you're very happy. So, 7 is done, and so the first video of the assembly of the Colosseum from Mould King is finished. Yes. With 68 1x4 bricks, it did that back wall, always stacked 4 in a row. Here we did it with arches and a lot of 1x1 bricks, and here the nice details. And so, okay, base and level 1 is done. My thoughts on the so far. It is repetitive and not so entertaining as expected, but that was clear in the beginning, so I can't complain about that. The building technique is okay. It's far away from the Lego version. Absolutely. But the price of the Lego version and the price of this one, that's a difference. So for people who can't afford $500, it's 500 euros. I believe the Colosseum will be in the US $500 and perhaps 460, 450 pounds in UK. I don't know. But for 500 euros, the Lego set is amazing. It's cool, but it's a lot of money. You can buy a good car with 120,000 kilometers for 500 euros. Perhaps I can buy one from my work when they are given away after 7 years. They are still good and I can buy that for 500 euros, a car. And so I know Lego is an expensive hobby, but for the guys who don't have that kind of money and are into architecture sets, this is a try shot. Building techniques are okay. The piece quality is amazingly good, like always with Mould King. No complaints about that. The mocker is paid, that's great. And I believe in the end it's not so astonishing as the Lego Colosseum, but it will look decent. So stay tuned for part 2 of assembling this thing, this set. Sorry for that. Okay, I'm Frank.